folks, been really busy as of late, but I wanted to take some time out to make a video about a great tool I've come across recently that really helps with application whitelist bypassing and also aids in desktop breakout, and that tool is called GreatSCT or GreatSCT. So where can you get a hold of this amazing tool? Well, as always, links will be provided in the description below. But before I begin, I should probably take a few minutes to explain what application whitelisting is and how it works in brief, easy to understand terms. Application whitelisting is the practice of specifying an index of approved software applications or executable files that are permitted to be present and active on a computer system. The goal of whitelisting is to protect computers and networks from potentially harmful applications. In general, a whitelist is an index of approved entities. In information security, whitelisting works best in centrally managed environments, where systems are subject to a consistent workload. The National Institute of Standards and Technology suggests using application whitelisting in high-risk environments, where it is vitally important that individual systems be secure, and less important that software be usable without restrictions. To provide more flexibility, a whitelist may also index approved application components, such as software libraries, plugins, extensions, and configuration files. So how does it actually work? Well, let's just say we have some MS Office applications installed, such as Outlook, Word and Excel. These applications would be on the allow list, as they are relatively important for even a low-level user. How else could they perform their job without that lot? Secondly, we could allow browsers such as Edge, Firefox and Chrome for the same reason. But what about admin tools such as PowerShell and Command Shell? Well, these would be on the deny list, as there is no reason for a low-level user to need access to these utilities, as in the wrong hands you could do some amount of damage with them. So in some ways it's like a bouncer at the door of a nightclub. If you're not on the list, you don't get in. But what else can application whitelisting protect against? Well, because whitelisting works on an allow or deny basis, things like malware, which could infect your machine or potentially allow a threat actor access to your PC or even infect it with a virus, these would be blocked under a more general rule to deny anything not on the allow list. So that's great, but say you're on a pen test, is it merely just a case of checking to see if there's an application whitelist and saying, well, everything's fine? Well, no. As with any security, it relies on admins configuring the whitelist correctly, and some apps, such as the .NET framework, need to be allowed in order to allow other applications to run. This is where GreatSCT comes in. GreatSCT is a tool designed to generate Metasploit payloads that bypass common antivirus solutions and application whitelisting solutions. So I guess there's nothing left to do but fire this baby up to 88 kilobits a second, and then you're going to see some serious shit. So, if I jump over to Spartan 2, which is a Windows 10 machine, I can display some application whitelisting in effect. For the purposes of this video, the whitelist has been configured in a sloppy manner, as some things are allowed and others are not. But to be honest, this is fairly similar to what I've seen for myself out there in the field. So you can see that batch files, PowerShell or PS1 files, along with other apps on the deny list, are blocked from running. Unfortunately, this sloppy administrator is still allowed command shell to run. So let's exploit this poor configuration with .NET and the GreatSCT tool. So all I need to do here is configure a payload in GreatSCT. I'm going to go with option 9. The configuration process is very similar to Metasploit, with one little difference. You need to give the output file a name. Once that's done, it's just a case of setting up the listener and then getting the file across to the victim. So I have copied the very evil XML file across to the victim using HTTP, and now I'm good to go. Just give that a quick scan here with Windows Defender and you can see it does nothing. So all we need to do now is navigate to the .NET Framework directory and run msbuild.exe with the very evil XML file and wait and see what happens. So as you can see, .NET begins to build the XML file, and if I check below I can see that a interpreter shell is returned. As you can see, there's been no warnings on the Windows machine about a malicious file being detected. Windows Defender never detected the file at all, and now I have a remote shell on Spartan 2. Okay, this is a limited shell, but with a little patience and perseverance, who knows what might be possible, but that will be for another video possibly. And that's it folks, a quick and dirty demonstration of how GreatSCT can aid with a desktop breakout or application whitelist bypass when on a pen test. Hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even found it useful. Until the next time, ta-ta for now.